Baker Manning is a Columbia native who made Charleston home right after college. Now, she's one of the top stars on Bravo TV's Below Deck. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I speak exclusively with her one-on-one. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores.
Well, Baker, it is so good to see you.
You too, Quintin.
Yes, ma'am. And, I want to talk to you about the obvious, Below Deck, that is. September 5th, we'll be here in a few days. I'm curious, who is Baker Manning right now?
Well, that's a funny question. I suppose the best way to answer that is, basically I'm just like a student and a teacher above everything else. I mean, I'm many things. I wear a different hat all the time, but on a day-to-day basis, what always motivates me is trying to do something where I'm either learning, developing new skills, doing something, different I've never done before, or turning around and taking those skills and my knowledge and my experiences and sharing it with others and trying to kind of motivate people to do the same or, seek out new experiences. So yeah, above all the other things I do, I'm a student and a teacher.
What are you learning about reality television?
About reality television, what am I learning? Let's see. It's just an experience. The whole thing is new. I'm learning a lot. Every single thing that I'm doing is different. It's a very cool kind of, once in a lifetime experience, something that you don't often, given the opportunity to do. So as far as that, the whole production and how things work and how I react to things, situations with a camera on, but yeah, so it's all been very, a big learning experience. I'm learning that I'm really good at making mistakes and and learning from those, hopefully. And there's a lot.
You talk about production. Let me take it to you, because Bravo said this about you, quote, "The self-proclaimed non-Southern Belle is one of our new deckhands this season, and a really great addition to the team, as she's fun, interactive, and very hands-on." I'm wondering, what else are you?
I'm all over the place. Sometimes I describe myself as a ghetto Southern belle turned nomadic gypsy. Thrill-seeking, soul-seeking gypsies, basically, is everything that I do is in that realm. I'm just constantly on the move, traveling, and just always looking for excitement and or looking to chill out and regain some balance. Many things. It just kind of depends on the season.
And we were just talking about this off camera, but you're actually a native of Columbia, but you moved here for college.
Yes.
Talk to me more about that.
Yeah, I grew up in Columbia, South Carolina, 803. and my whole life was kind of in this little bubble, this little sheltered bubble. And then finally, once it came time to go to college, of course Charleston was my first and only choice. Right. And it was one of the best choices I could have made. And, quickly it became home to me. I have lots of friends here and a lot of family here as well. Growing up, my grandparents lived here in a whole kind of extended family. And at this point, even my Columbia family has all, a good portion of them have moved to Charleston as well. So we've kind of made a big migration. And Charleston is definitely now home to me. I don't see myself ever living in Columbia again, although I would mad love for Columbia. Right. Right? I've seen Charleston evolve, in the time that I've lived here. It's been about 12 years on and off, and I've seen it grow. And it's developing, it's definitely becoming more populated, but also, I know some people have a negative connotation to that, but really I think it's progress. I've seen it get a facelift. I've seen, new businesses popping up and new neighborhoods. And so, I love it. And despite all of the growth and the change, it really, it still has its old small town charm. you know, and it's this really special, unique vibe that you really don't get anywhere else. I mean, at this point, I've lived in a lot of places. I've traveled all over the world, and there's no place like Charleston. And as long as we got this cool, southern, chill, friendly vibe going on with the cool little history aspect and beautiful places and smiling faces, Charleston will continue to be my home or my headquarters.
Yes.
You know, I do spend a lot of time abroad, but I'm always, you know, at the end of any adventure, I always get so excited just to return here. It's just a breath of fresh air, and so I love me some Chucktown.
That's awesome. And speaking of family, everyone knows that you're actually related to Thomas Ravenel.
Yeah, the whole Ravenel clan. Arthur Ravenel is married to my grandmother, my dad's mom, and so I mean they've been married since before I was born. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, he's full-on granddad. I don't like the step aspect of it, but so I have you know, I've known them my whole life, and growing up, you know, we would come to Charleston several times a year to visit, and so I know all of them pretty well.
But you know, Thomas, and I know him personally, he's a very nice guy to me. But as you know, he's gotten a lot of flack on social media about his personality on Southern Charm. Describe the Thomas Ravenel that you know.
So growing up, I've known Thomas, you know, ever since I was a little young buck, you know, 5 and 6 years old, and we always loved coming to Charleston and getting to hang with Uncle Thomas.
Right.
You know, as the youngest of his siblings, he was always, it was a lot of fun for us because he would actually take time and he would, like, you know, push us on the hammock, and, you know, he was always willing to give us the time of day, whereas everyone else, you know, at these family functions, they're all, you know, mingling with each other.
Right.
And he had I think a stepdaughter at the time who was about the same age as us, so, you know, we would go to his house and he would bring all of us around. So he was, you know, I got to see the family man that now Charleston is beginning to see. So, you know, and, you know, he's in the public eye, and, you know, on these media outlets can be kind of very narrow-sided view of a person, and up until recently you only saw the Thomas that maybe you're referring to, but now that he's a single dad, growing a family, and we get to see kind of the softer side, the side that I know, and I think that's, you know, I think that the public opinion might be more in his favor these days, so that's always good to kind of see a person evolve, and especially in the public eye where it can be, you know, relentless.
Oh, I'm sure. And obviously, you know, you're going to be one of the new stars of Below Deck. If I would go, let's fast forward to the end of the season. If someone were to write a story about this, what should the headline be?
The struggle is real. I think that would be the headline, and I think, you know, if you watch the show and you stick with it, you'll see that, you know, we didn't have a lot to work with in the beginning. We had a lot of obstacles to overcome, that some very basic ability to perform the job. But you know, so it'll be fun to kind of watch our progress, our maybe you could say degression throughout the season. I don't want to, you know, you'll see how it all goes, but in the end, you know, it's not an easy job. So the struggle is real might be my headline for myself, and you know, and basically just maybe with a smiley face at the end of it, because at the end of it you just have to smile and laugh and not take things too seriously.
Yes, indeed.
Although it is a serious job.
Yeah, I bet it is. And obviously you're involved with reality television right now. You travel abroad, that is. But what's next for Baker Manning in your mind?
Well, you know, this is really a great opportunity for me to really kind of pursue my real passion, which is, I have a website. I just changed the name. It's now bakermanning.com.
Good.
But this has been kind of my ongoing project I've been working on for years, and just kind of creating content. Like I mentioned earlier, I like to kind of motivate people to go out in the world and seek unique experiences, and, you know, break boundaries, and, you know, travel and do things I've never done before. So I've been creating content for years and kind of learning the whole ropes of building a website and creating content and videos and, pictures and
Right.
writing guides. So yeah, so coming up here, October, I'm hoping to launch a new book, and it's a beginner's guide for how to get a job on a yacht. So all of my efforts and energy right now is going into creating this guide. I have one currently on my website, bakermanning.com. It's the free version that I wrote a couple years ago, and I'm just pumping it up and making a whole new, better version of it and launching it as an ebook. And that is where, that's what's next for me.
Wow. Well, Baker Manning, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, it was great to meet you. Great
Likewise.
chatting,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
hopefully we'll cross paths again soon.
Sure.
And you'll be seeing me on TV.
Absolutely. Bravo Television.
Yep. Tuesdays, 9 o'clock.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate this.